Our second and third speakers tonight are cancer survivors. These survivors are also StFX students who we know very well. Jane McTagg and Jason Thorpe. So I would now like to invite Jane up here. Jane is a survivor and also the co-chair of this StFX Relay for Life, and she is here to share with you her story.
Hey everybody. This was a lot less terrifying in my head this year earlier when I was like, sure, I'll speak in front of everybody. No big. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. So I was diagnosed with leukemia when I was in the 7th grade. As if puberty really isn't awkward enough to go around with a bald head and get mistaken for a boy every other day. So basically my cancer story basically starts in the 5th grade. I started having pains in my ankles and my knees, and they would get swollen to the size of like a soccer ball. And no one really knew what was wrong with me. I broke out in fever. So a year and a half later, I went to get braces, fun, and they did the x-ray around your head. So when they saw that, there was a cyst that they couldn't put braces on. So I had to get it removed surgically to get my braces. So they were like, oh, okay, 15-minute procedure, no big deal. So about an hour later, I get out, and they're like, oh, that was a lot bigger than we thought. So come to find out, it's cancerous. So some would call that a tumor, I guess. So I got that removed from my face. So now I have no feeling from here to here, which is only basically beneficial if I get punched in the face at the bar. It doesn't really help when I have food on my face. My friends usually they mess with me. They're like, oh, you have something there. So I'm rubbing it for 15 minutes, and they're like, ah, we're just screwing with you. But one time, my friend did let me walk around the mall for 2 hours-ish with cheese on my face. It was good. It was nice. Yeah, so after I got diagnosed, I got about 3 months of radiation on my brain. Which I didn't know what that was. It's basically getting put in a room with lead walls and being strapped to a table, except they made like a mold face, and it was strange. So they strapped me down by my face, and they'd be like, all right, we're ready to go, clear, and then everybody that was in the room would run out, and then me, oh, this is good, everybody's gone. So then the beam comes up and down. So that was about 3 months long. And then I had a few rounds of chemotherapy. It's 2.5 years, I believe I had. My last chemo treatment was June 22nd, 2006. So this year I will be 7 years out, which is awesome. And they're not all, I don't feel like all of the aspects of having cancer were bad. I think that it made me a better person, a stronger person. Strong enough that I can stand up here and tell you a very personal story. And today is the day, 1 year anniversary, that one of my best friends passed away from leukemia. He was 20, university student, nicest guy you would probably ever meet. He was hilarious and awesome. And last year, whenever I was home, I always looked forward to going home and visiting the hospital because he was so funny. And usually a 20-year-old guy, when he gets a Justin Bieber poster as a present, he's usually not going to put it up in his room. But he did. He put it up in his hospital room. He graffitied it. Justin Bieber was not looking so hot. Yeah, the pirate flag. He was amazing, and every day was a positive day for him, even at the very end. And it's really hard to say goodbye to one of your best friends and one of the only people in the world that you can relate to. So that is basically why I want to thank all of you here tonight, because you are making a difference. And because of what we're doing today, not everybody else is going to have to say goodbye to someone that they love. So I just want to thank you guys.
All right, I would now like to invite Jason up to talk about his journey.
So this is my first time doing this. I'm actually extremely nervous right now. Basically, my name is Jason Thorpe. I'm a second year HK student here at StFX, and I'm from Christmas, New Brunswick. For 1 second, I want everybody to close their eyes and do me a favor. I want you to think when you were 9 years old. And what you were doing when you were 9 years old. Let's think about that for a couple seconds. How many of you thought of something fun that you were doing when you were 9 years old? Probably playing with your friends and all that stuff. Alright. When I was 9 years old, I was doing exactly what you guys did. I was playing hockey with the hockey team. I literally just won Olympics. And I was on top of the world. The next day, I had a cold. The next day, I went to the doctors. The next day, I went to the hospital. Went to the St. John Regional Hospital. I'm 9 years old. I don't know what the word leukemia means. I lived through my parents, and basically, my parents told me I had leukemia. I had no idea what cancer was. I lost my grandfather a year before that to cancer. So they basically kept that word away from me. From there, I basically found a new home in Halifax, in the IWK, and that is where everything hit me real quick. Most of you maybe have seen me around campus and probably had no sweet clue what my past has been. You would have no idea unless you've seen me without a shirt on. I have a scar that runs here from my portacath that attaches to a main vein in my heart. They place chemotherapy in that, and it basically, in other words, helps you but kills you at the same time. I lost all my hair. I had to relearn how to walk. Couldn't eat. I lost 55 pounds by the time I left. I spent 8 months in a hospital bed. And so basically, my journey in the hospital, I can honestly say, the best family possible. There wasn't one day where I spent by myself. My dad is a man of few words. He's a farm boy, so he didn't like it too much, everything that was going on. My mom is possibly the nicest person ever. She doesn't stop talking. Sometimes it gets annoying, but I still love her. And I have a younger sister too, who was even younger than me and had absolutely no idea what was going on. So basically, I will tell you, basically, the worst day of my life was May 14th. So I've been in the hospital for 4 months already, and some of the guys on my hockey team would know I wear number 14. Nobody knows the reason why. May 14th is the day that my heart went, in other words, I died on May 14th. I was sleeping. And when you go to the hospital, first thing they usually tell you, there's a big red button right about here beside your bed. And you hit that if there's an emergency. So I hope to God that I didn't have to use that. And then I was sleeping one night, I woke up, couldn't breathe, didn't know what was going on. So I hit this button. At this point, everything is crazy. I have no idea what's going on. So like I said before, every single night, either my mom or dad slept beside me. I wasn't that big back then. Usually slept in the bed with me or in the bed beside me. That night just happened to be my dad. Like I said, I made a few words. It was the first time, it was the most helpless moment of my life. I basically don't know why I said it. Don't know why. My dad still doesn't know why. I asked my dad at that point if this was the last day. If I was going to die right here. First thing my dad did, he hit me across the face and said, "Hell no, get ready to go." So basically, from that moment on is the most helpless feeling that I've ever had in my entire life, and hopefully I'll never have that again. From there on, I knew hopefully everything was going to get better, and it did. From that day on, me and my dad worked together. I really learned how to walk. There was a a railing, probably from where I stand now, to the purple speaker. That was the hardest task ever to get to that. Since losing so much weight, I lost all my muscle, I couldn't walk. It took me a good 2 months to get back, to be able to walk that distance without being out of breath. So just put into perspective what happens, kind of. From there, I got better and better every day. My hair started growing back, and everything was looking up. I got out of that hospital, I went home for the first time, and I know exactly what it looked like. Walking out of my car, walking out of my garage, seeing my house, seeing my sister, seeing all my friends there with balloons and stuff like that. It was cool. Like, it still gives me chills to this day. But from there on, I have been absolutely blessed with everything. I have had the most successful life. I got to graduate high school, which is awesome, which most of us take for granted. Graduated high school. I'm going to see my sister graduate from high school this year. I've had most success in hockey. I've had the opportunity to play in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League a little bit. And I get the privilege of living with those guys, McDonald Highlanders up there, Liam through Farash and all that stuff. It's a great time. But there's one thing, if everybody always asks me, is Jane touched on it. Like, you don't have to say you're sorry or don't feel bad for us. I do not regret it at all. And I've told all my friends this at the same time, and most of them know this. If there was absolutely any way possible, I would do it again so they wouldn't have to go through it. It's something that's changed my life. I am who I am today because of it. I don't regret it. And if I could do it instead of one of my friends going through it, I would do it again for sure. But in the end, I have to thank all of you. We all have you guys to thank, because without you guys and your donations, I would say there's a pretty good chance that I wouldn't be standing here on this podium today. I wouldn't be wearing this yellow t-shirt. I'd probably marked my gravestone in the ground. And I have you guys to thank for it. We all do. Thank you very much for coming out. Enjoy your night.
Okay, that was amazing. Thank you to Jane and Jason. That was. I don't even have any words really. You're both so strong. And, but I know me not having anything to say. That really honestly never happened.
Are you ready for Relay 2013? Alright, we're going to celebrate our cancer survivors with us this evening by asking them to lead us through the first lap. So this year, to help celebrate our survivors, the StFX Relay teams have teamed up with a survivor to show their support to those who symbolize the hope in fighting against cancer. As the survivors take the victory lap, we would invite team captains participating in being a Adopt a Survivor to come find and join the survivors on the track to cheer them on. We would like to invite everyone else to line the track and cheer on all the survivors. Let them know we are here to celebrate their life with strength and courage. So survivors of 2013, you are champions of hope. Every step you take inspires us.
And by the way, our survivors are here today wearing yellow t-shirts, obviously if you didn't know already. You inspire us, you symbolize hope, and so this night is for you. Thank you guys.
So, while the Canadian Cancer Society supports lots of different programs, this year we are focusing on different aspects of Relay for Life. These areas are the Lodge That Gives, the advocacy piece, which is the promotion for more smoke-free areas, and Cancer Connection. There will be games and information going on throughout the night to help you learn more about these important programs and how the funds have been raised tonight to help the Canadian Cancer Society make these programs available. Some of this information will be used in your scavenger hunt, so you might want to remember it. So the Canadian Cancer Society Relay for Life would not be possible without the support support of our provincial sponsors, Medavie Blue Cross, and ATV, and our local corporate sponsors, StFX University and 101.5 The Hawk. And also a special thank you goes out to Tim Hortons, Superstore, Hair Focus, Canadian Tire, Cameron's Jewelers, Cracks Air, Good Life Fitness, The Perfect Fit, Staples, Highland Basics, Big 8, Bernie Gillis, The Highland Heart, Moonlight Restaurant, and the Brownstone Cafe for their generous donations. Thank you to them with us to join the fight against cancer, and we need to support those who support us. Just like the Relay for Life wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors, the Canadian Cancer Society program, like the Lodge That Gives, Camp Good Time, and Cancer Connection, wouldn't be possible.